Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground is brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
My name is Pat Becker, and I'm the creator of what I call Silent Walkers. And that story is because, well, the animals are silent. I use fur coats from Goodwill and things that have no use for other people. And so most of the things that I try to use are recycled, even the scraps of fur that I get from Montana. So in my head, we're talking about things that are silent now, but they have a new life because I basically have resurrected them and created something new from them. So that's where I get the joy. In Montana, there's a place that makes mucklucks and fur hats, and I found them on the internet a couple of years ago, and they have scrap furs that they buy or that they sell by the pound. So this is how it comes. And basically this is all coyote. Sometimes there'll be beaver and fox, but it's just pieces. And they have no use for it. It's perfect for what I do because this can be a collar, this can be a beard. Most of the things come from fur coats or from scrap furs. But once in a while I will need, this is called a blanket. This is rabbit. And this is Calgon sheep. Okay, it's kind of a short little twisty kind of, it comes in black or white, but and just regular sheep. But this is part of a possum coat, and it's really soft. But you'll see the backside, a lot of fur coats are all small little pieces that are all sewn together. I mean, it's just amazing the amount of work that somebody went through to make this coat. And, you know, I appreciate that. I have some fox, I have beaver, for example. See, you can see this is part of a mitt, but it was at a garage sale, you know, so purchase it. It's lovely. My guys come in various sizes. You'll see this is one of the smaller ones, and he's trimmed in, this is beaver, and this is mink, and this is some Icelandic sheep with a little fox mustache, and this is otter. So it's kind of like little scraps. This is the form that I use, and again, it's recycled lumber. And my husband cuts them out for me, and we string them with wire. All the coats are hand sewn. I don't know, it's a way for me to relax, so I sew everything by hand. The coat will go on the stick, like for example, okay, this guy. And then we attach a head, and then I'll decide what kind of fur to trim them with. This little guy is a work in progress, and he's trimmed in rabbit right now. Every one of my silent walkers is different from all the others. It may differ because it has a different fur trim, maybe it has a different hat, or something will be slightly different. I buy no more than 2 yards of any kind of material most of the time, and I shop around for a lot of variety, but the colors will kind of depend upon what the material is and what I have available. I do glue the fur on. It adheres. You can't really make a mistake because once you have it glued on, you can't get it off again. Okay, so I get some hair. Because this is the kinky side, this is the straight side, I'll take some of that, turn it around, okay, put it on the front of his mustache. Then I need just a little bit of this. And I twist it around the middle so it'll look like that. Okay. Then on the back side, we put glue. And then we squeeze it in the middle. Now he needs a nose. And so I make the noses out of a clay. The nose adheres the mustache to the guy. Okay, so now he's completed that way. Then my next process will be to find, okay, what are we going to use for his cape or his collar? This is mink, and it was part of a mink collar that a woman sent me. So and on the back, you have to take off the lining, or I take off the lining, I should say, and I've kind of glued down the little edging of the material on the back. So what I do is I kind of look to see, okay, I kind of like this because this is going to be one of these all white guys. So sometimes it takes me a while to kind of figure out, okay, do I like it or don't I like it? And I'll look at it from a couple of sides. But because I had kind of decided on this, then what I'll do is, again, I glue the middle part. And you wrap it around so that it looks nice, and sometimes you have to gather it a little bit. Then you go to the one side and go to the other side. Okay, so now what I will do is I want to trim the head. And again, I do the middle. And there you have the little pom-pom hat. We have our guy, but we need a stick, don't we? Oh, I like this one. Okay. And I've old fish line that you don't need anymore, so, or you just go rob your husband's fish line in the back room. And you string it on. So that'll hang. Okay, so now I would look at this, but I don't think it's quite complete. It doesn't look full enough. So I'll want to add a couple more pine cones to it. Eventually, I'll put some berries and some cones. And one of the very last things that I do, so that he comes alive, and my husband loves this part, is he has to have eyes. And this you have to do very carefully, because if you flub up, it's not good. I find that I almost hold my breath. And so, the little eyes. Why I like my craft is because it has a wonderful appeal to me. I can touch things, but I can create things. And the fact that people enjoy them and they find, they collect them for, it's like, I can't believe that. I've really been totally blessed with this because it allows me to be creative, to meet wonderful, wonderful people that I've met throughout these past 18 years. And the fact that they think enough to save their fur collars for me, or to tell me where they have placed my silent walkers in their house. It's a surprise. It's a never-ending joy for me. This is the little storyboard that I write and I attach to each one, and it goes like this. It kind of summarizes. The caribou roam the land of the tundra. The cry of the coyote and wolf can be heard in the stillness of the night. And the beaver and mink dwell in the quiet recesses of clear, unexplored lakes and rivers. But many are silent now, yet not entirely vanished into the closets, trunks, or forgotten corridors of a closet. And through the making of a silent walker, their spirit has been transformed. God's marvelous creation has taken on a new form and walks again, silently, spreading joy and smiles. It is with this joy that silent walkers are created. Each is different, made entirely by hand from fur, leather, wood, and clay, collected from as far away as Alaska or as close as the Goodwill and Salvation Army store. They do have the appearance of an old world, turn-of-the-century St. Nicholas, a Santa of old before the department stores, the runway of lights, and the clatter and clutter of modern day. This creation of joy is made to remind you that all things can be transformed into new life. Enjoy, and in the silence of the midnight hour, Santa may be roaming the halls and corridors of your home.
If you enjoyed this segment of Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground, consider making a contribution at lptv.org. If you have segment ideas pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund by the vote of the people on November 4th, 2008.